Hello and welcome to another edition of Culture Vulture Talks. Hi, Florence.
Hi, Bettina.
Hello. So we're still with your latest travel to Finland and all the impressions, ideas, thoughts that you brought with you. And one is actually quite obvious. Finland has been, it's in an election.
I guess, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, or in research shows that Finland has been the happiest country, the happiest culture in the world for the 9th year in a row. Would you believe it? On top of all those countries, and Finland is still on top with one of the highest life evaluation scores globally.
Mm-hmm.
How was that seen when you were in Finland?
Mm-hmm.
How did that show up?
Well, as you can imagine, I'm a very nosy person what that concerns. So I asked people, how can that be? And what do you feel? And are you really that happy? And I asked some people, so quite a large number, but with one lady, we had a deeper conversation, and she said, yes, we are happy. We are modest people. And we are people who do not need to show off what they have. And it's true, I didn't see that many posh cars, for example. There are people, there were Porsches and so on, but not as many as I see in Heidelberg, for example. And she said, we are happy with the little we have. And we are happy when we live in peace. That's the most important thing, living in peace. We are happy when we have work, because the unemployment rate of the young people is quite high.
It's on the rise.
And also using alcohol in a negative way is something people do. But I mean, and it's dark in winter and so on. But she said, when you live a life in which you can earn your daily bread and you have your sauna, lots of them have that, and you can just live in peace, be happy with your family, then that makes us happy. We don't need much more. Yeah. And I found that very nice when I heard that.
It seems to me that, when the general focus is on the things that they already have, appreciating that, really being happy about what's already there, and only maybe in a secondary way focusing on what's still be needed, right? If you talk about the unemployment rate going up, or the alcohol topic, focusing really on things that they are grateful for. For me, that's the number one thing that we should do in our daily lives anyway. Start with what we have. And I think out of that gratefulness or awareness, our focus shifts towards the positive.
And I mean, I spent some time there, and all people I met, even people who didn't know who I am, and so that they treated me as a guest, but people on the street, they were just friendly. I looked into friendly faces. I met in the grocery store friendly people, not grumpy people. We used the train when we went from Helsinki to Tampere, friendly people. And this was something, I really appreciated, that the people had this friendly aura, I could say.
Maybe because research, I looked into the research a little bit of that ranking of the happiest countries, and it showed that countries like Finland or other Nordic countries as well, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, they consistently lead, right? And the common factors there are trust and a really strong welfare system, low corruption, as we talked about, that trust, respecting other people's privacy, work-life balance. And yes, it shows that hard factors like income, the GDP, etc., they are important.
Yeah.
But also relational, cultural factors, trust, belonging, social cohesion, right? They matter just as much, if not more. And all that is very, I think it's very outspoken and clear and trust-based in Finland.
What
So,
I
yeah.
found funny was, I mean, I come from a country where you look at the property of the other person. What kind of car does she drive? What kind of car does he have? Yeah. Oh, it's not a whatever posh car. Yeah. And in Finland, I came out of the airport and I thought, oh my God, all these cars, they are so dirty from outside. But I could understand, because when you have lots of snow, even here in Germany, when I have 3 or 4 weeks lots of snow, there's no need for me to wash my car from outside. I should do it because of the salt, but you know what I mean, yeah? And with your shoes being dirty, you can't every day clean your car from inside. So there, it is something that we use to go from A to B. Whereas in Germany, I think, with lots of people, perhaps me as well, it's something that you show.
Show off a bit, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and so that it's nice, it's clean, it's beautiful, it's from a certain brand, and so on. Yeah, and
different
then
angle of property, right? Of seeing the own property, maybe.
Yes, right. And the lady who I worked with there, she said, "Well, we just use a car as a thing we need to travel, to commute, but not to tell my neighbor who I am."
Yeah. If it's dirty, it doesn't make them unhappy either, right? So yeah, Germany, because you mentioned it, is on ranks on 17th, and Austria is 19th. UK would be 29. So we can speculate now what the differences, what make the difference in the ranking. We won't go there today. However, happiness across cultures has different meanings, right? It's the same word, but it has a different value to it, and of course it is based on different ways of doing things. What's your country ranking at? How is your country ranking in that research? Write us in the comments or let us know. What makes you think the country should be there or not, right? Or what makes you think you should maybe rank a little bit higher? We are curious to hear your feedback. Right, Florence?
Yes.
And thank you for sharing your stories about Finland again. And it's great that you could talk with people actually there, get their opinion and see how it's founded, where it's founded, that happiness of Finland.
And thank you for asking about Finland. As you can see, I love talking about this time there.
Very good. I'm happy for you that you saw it and that it was such a positive experience.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah. And you're very welcome. I will always ask, right?
Yeah.
Have a lovely day ahead.
Bye.